Hey everybody, welcome to one new subscribers. If you wasn't welcome. Hey everybody, welcome to one new subscribers. If you was my followers, welcome and thank you for tuning in. All right, y'all. So here's another series review. I forgot what season this is. I believe this is the second season, and this is called From. Okay, so let me get my phone because so I can tell y'all where it's at. But there's other ways of getting around to this. So let me. I didn't have this ready. So let me see. From. Okay. Oh, popped up. Okay. All right. So hold on, y'all. So where would this? And it's like, que sera, sera, whatever will be, que sera, sera, will be. All right, so I wanted to come on way before this to talk about the first season. So if you haven't seen the first season, please go see the first season because you may be a little lost. So I'm just gonna talk about the second season. Okay, I'm gonna try to give y'all like a little brief synopsis, but y'all still need to go see season 1, okay? Because it's gonna be like really like messed up the way I'm gonna be talking about it, because y'all probably like what? And I'm looking down at the characters, okay? And let's see. Oh wait, what's his name? Okay, hold on. And this kind of reminds me of Lost, just a little bit. They're not on the island though. Okay, so his name is Boyd. Okay, yes, his name is Boyd. Okay, all right. So anyway, okay. All right. So basically, From is scary to me. Okay. I think it's scary. It is horror, so it's scary to me. It's basically these scary people that come out at night, and you basically have to be inside by a certain amount of time. They have like some type of pendulum or some type of thing that you have to hang up a certain way. It cannot fall, and you have to have curtains over all the windows and stuff like that, because there'll be some people that is going to come and look like they're nice and like they don't look scary and stuff like that. They just smiling and looking in the window like hi. Or they're saying stuff whatever like that, but once you open the door, it's over for you. So it's like they look all nice on the outside, but it's like, see, this is a teachable moment as well, because it's like, see, there's some people out here that like they look all nice, but they all evil in the inside. You see what I'm saying? And this is exactly what it is. Okay, so a lot of these people came to this town. I don't even know what the name of the town is. It's some town that was dropped there. I don't know. It's like every time there's a tree in the road, they move the tree or something like that, and it's like there's no way out. When you turn around, I guess you end up in the same spot. Like once you see that tree, that's it. They said once you see the tree in the road, that's it. There's no turning back, because if you try to turn back, you're gonna come back to the same place. I believe. I think that's what happened to in the last season, because I think they tried to go back around and it was going back to the same place because they saw the tree already. So basically, they have a diner, they have like a post office and stuff like that, and they do have like a doctor there, EMT there. They have like a sheriff there, Boyd Stevens. He's from Lost. He was on Lost. And he's one of the main characters there, and he acts as like the sheriff, and it's another guy that's there that acts as a sheriff or his like co-worker or whatever. Excuse me. And they are in the post office as the police station, because they don't have a police station. Then it's a high school that's kind of like their hospital. Then they have a diner, and then they have a few houses. One of the houses is called the Colony, where most of the people do live at, or whatever, like a majority. They have rooms and stuff like that, and it's a lady that basically does, she's the head of the house. She makes the food and stuff like that, or whatever. She takes care of everything. And then they have other houses to where other families live in and stuff like that. So in this season, some new people did come, and they're a little bit hard-headed. They was trying to tell them, but I understand when you're in a panic, you don't want to hear nothing. You're like, oh no, whatever like that. And this season is not over yet. This is on episode 4. So I watched episode 4 already. So basically, I forgot where I left off with my camera. But anyway, so these people, they're living in the houses. They live in certain houses. The families own the houses. But this episode, one of the houses had fell, and then a whole bus load of people came in. The lady that was driving the bus, she was like, trying to get them to go back on the bus so they could leave. The lady that owns the other house called the Colony was trying to tell them, no, you cannot go anywhere and stuff like that. And so, people didn't want to listen. There's one guy, he's very hard-headed, bullheaded. So he has a gun, and they told him that none of the residents can have a gun. That's what Harold said. And the other officer there too said the same thing. And Harold, on the last season, he went into the tree. So when you go in the tree in the woods, because he won't him with the other girl. Let me see what her name is. And this girl on the last season had her brother, because something took over her, or said that she had to get rid of him. And so then when they start acting like that, or if they get I don't know, they get put in the box, so the creepy people will come and get them. Okay, so they was trying to put her in the box, but somehow Harold and the girl went to the woods. Harold, and her name is Sarah. Not Harold, oh my god, Boyd. Saying his real name. Boyd and Sarah had went into into the woods. I forgot what they was looking for. I forgot from last season. And also from last season, they were trying to get a signal, and they did get a signal, but then it quickly went out. A storm came and knocked everything down and stuff like that. And so the mother of I think it's Jim, and then it's a family that came. They got 2 kids. They have a daughter and a son, and they came or whatever like that. And I think they was about to get divorced or something. I don't know. They came to, I guess, rejuvenate the family. I forgot. I don't know. But anyway, I digress. But they fell into the town last season, so they're from last season. They're still here. And Jim, the mother was trying to like find out where the electricity is coming from, because how is electricity, and there's no outlet, there's no plug. So she's digging, and as she was digging, she fell through the hole and stuff like that. So there's this guy named Victor that's been there since he was young, so because he still has the metal lunchbox, and so he's very weird, but he knows the place. But I don't understand why he won't tell them what's going on, because I still don't know what's going on, like why these people are here, like what happened, like what exactly happened that these people, are they trying to run them out the way, are they trying to get them to understand? But how are they trying to get them to understand when they are getting rid of them, making them deceased? You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to choose my words because it's YouTube, but anyway, I digress. So it's kind of hard. So they're like, whatever. So anyway, I don't even know, because it's just like, what do y'all want? Y'all want them to leave, but where they gonna go? You know what I mean? So it's like, anyway. So they trying to find ways to get out of here. It's another guy that's running around here trying to find a way. And so the house that fell down, the house that Jim and the mother and the two children was living in, but the girl, she was kind of like, she was mad at them for something, so she went and lived off in the colony. But anyway, but she came back because, her father, so the father had the stuff collapse on him, and it was a guy that came from the busload that came this season. He was down and he got trapped, and it was a guy that not owned, but was like the bartender for that town or whatever like that. And so he got killed because one of the monsters came to get him. And then the guy, he got done because one of the monsters came. They took out all his insides. They saw him the next morning when they came out the diner, because everybody stayed where they was at. They couldn't go anywhere because it was a certain time, and if they did, the things would get them or whatever. So then the other guy that was that got trapped, I believe he just I think he just died because he probably had injuries from when the house fell on him. I don't know if probably one of the things got on, I'm not too sure, but anyway. So Jim was the only one that was able to stay, because he stayed quiet. Okay, he was the only one that was able to stay good, but he broke a lot of ribs and stuff like that. I don't have x-rays, but they're sure he did or whatever. So they told him to rest and stuff like that, because it's a girl that's there. She is I don't know if she's a doctor or a nurse, but she worked for the EMT and stuff like that. So then it so happened that because there's a young man there that is like the sheriff with Boyd, but he not Boyd, the other guy that's like the police, that's sheriff or whatever. He likes the girl that's the EMT or whatever. But she was trying to tell him that, she has a fiance, she's going to get married to her wife. Okay. So she is lesbian. So that was that with that. And so then on that busload, her fiance came. Okay. And the fiance was so upset. Like, you was gone for 2 hours. And, I'm just putting this in here because it's like, they can't do nothing. They can't call. There's no phone. Their cell phones are completely done. Like, they're dead. There's no signal. There's nothing. So she thought she did this on purpose. So maybe they must have had an argument prior to, or something must have happened. But, I was just saying, like, just tell her, like, you couldn't do nothing. Like, you can't call. You can't do nothing. So she was gone for a minute. So they basically were saying that she, they rent her off as, like, I don't know if they rent her off as being, like, gone forever, or I don't know. But, you know, so they haven't heard from her, so I'm guessing, you know, that she just disappeared and never come back. So, but anyway, they kind of reconciled a little bit because stuff was happening, because there was another young couple that went to the cabin, or they went to the bar or whatever, and those crazy creepy people came out, and he was looking all like, you know, smiling and stuff like that. They opened the door, and that was it. They got the boyfriend, they got the girl, they put something through her head, but she was still alive. So, but they had to take the thing out of her head, and she was gone. So, the sad part was, like, you know, she was like, write my mother a letter and let her know, you know, I'm sorry, because she must have had an argument. This is the people from the bus. Some of the people from the bus got, you know, done, or whatever like that. And so, one of the ladies that's been there for a minute, and her now fiance, they got stuck in a house, and the people came there smiling and stuff like that at the window, and it's like she just wanted to choke them and grab them, like, what do you want, like, what is going on? Like, she just so fed up and so tired of it, because I would be like that too. It's just like, why do you keep coming here? And it's, to me, it seems like they just want them to leave, but like I said, where are they gonna go? Because if they leave, they, you know, where are they gonna go, you know? So anyway, when go back to before Boyd came back, the police officer, the sheriff, he went to a tree. So every time you go into certain trees, you go to a different place. So when he went into a tree, he went to some place with some guy. Now Boyd, I don't know if this was the series or this was, I don't know. Okay, so he heard a guy up there, and he was trying to climb up, and he was like, and then the guy said, here. So a rope came down, so Boyd climbed up the rope. So when he got up there, the guy was chained up. So I'm like, was that a oopsie on the series, or was it like, Boyd, you wasn't thinking? How did he drop the rope when he's supposed to be tied up? You know what I'm saying? He was on there, like, tied up, like the chains. He had chains. He was just like this. And then he was like looking like mad frail, like he hadn't had water in decades, and his hair was long, his nails he just looked nasty and old. It just looked just looked like he needed to go somewhere and rejuvenate to the fountain of youth or something. I don't know. But anyway, so he was just standing there and talking to him and saying something about the military. And then I keep saying his real name, Boyd wanted to help him. And so I'm like, come on, because Boyd said he was in the military too, so he was trying to help him and stuff like that. And I'm like, come on now, you guys to know this ain't it. First of all, he threw you a rope. How did he threw you the rope and it came back? Like like, how did he do that? Like, you didn't think that? Like, so anyway, he was trying to get him, like, saw him off or like that. And then I think once one of his hands let go, he was like, boom, he was like, your blood is my blood. And then he passed out. And then all of that stuff went away. And then Boyd was back in the woods. And so he looked at his arm was like scratched or whatever like that. And then he was trying to find his way, and then he found the truck where Victor, I told you, Victor, the one that had the lunchbox, has been there at that place for a long time. And Jim's wife was there, the one that fell through the house that I told you. And it's a black boy, I forgot his name. He came from the bus, so he was there too, or whatever. I don't know if he came there after Boyd or the same time as Boyd, because Boyd was like trying to ask him where he was from and stuff like that, because he kind of thought that he was one of them, you know, the creepy people or whatever like that. But he wasn't. He basically said what he had to say, whatever like that. He got onto the bus or whatever, because he was able to communicate. It wasn't like a creepy hi or like a like, you know, he was like acting regular or whatever. But he always have some like visions or insight of what's going on. He tried to tell the bus driver to turn around and stuff like that, but she wouldn't listen. You know, she's a stubborn lady or whatever like that. She was stubborn when she got there too, like, so, but she finally got into it, but it's too late, whatever. But anyway, I digress. So then, when Boyd was was leaving, it's like little worms or little stuff that be crawling in the skin. When you see that, that means you wanted them or whatever. So you saw that. So when the guy said, your blood is my blood, and did that to him, he gave him the creepy people stuff. So I was like, oh snap. And it don't turn you like this. Okay, you know how you know when we watch them apocalypse movies and stuff like that, whatever like that. I want to talk about that movie too. The apocalypse movies and stuff like that, and they be turning like quick, like in 5 minutes or something like that. No, I don't know, it seemed like a couple of days. But I can't wait to the next episode. But So then, he didn't tell nobody. He just said it's a scratch from a tree. He been telling people different stories. The lady from the colony, when he came back, was saying what really happened. He still ain't tell her. He already had the shakes or what have you. Cause I don't know if it's Parkinson's or something that his father had before or whatever. So they already know that he was already dealing with some type of medical issue prior to. Okay. So they already know that he's already, going through some medical issues. So, when he was leaving, okay, so the girl that he went with was Sarah, the one that her brother on the last season, cause she basically sliced his throat. And so, when she left, or when she ended up downstairs at the sheriff, the other sheriff that I told you guys about, forgot his name. He ended up I guess downstairs in his house. And so, he wanted her to go in the box because of what she did to the brother. And then Boyd is like, no, because this and the third or whatever like that, please, we're not gonna put her in a box, stuff like that. So the guy got mad or whatever, threw his sheriff badge, whatever, I guess he was done or whatever. So he was like, no, this is ridiculous, stuff like that. So when Boyd was leaving, so they kind of got into a little tiff, a little argument. And so then when it was leaving out, Boyd kind of stumbled, was like, doing all that. And I was like, oh, I thought he was turning right there. But I'm like, it wasn't the time. Like, it wasn't like, it was still light outside. And so he was like, and everybody was still walking around, because they have to be in the house at a certain time, because when the things come out. I forgot what time, but they had to be in at least before dark. So, and then he fell a little bit. So then he went to their little hospital, what they call a hospital. And the girl was telling him, to lay down and stuff like that. And then so when he got up again, he was like, oh, his head was hurting. It still was. So whatever. So I'm thinking he's like turning a little bit, and it's like, and he still didn't tell anybody. And I'm like, he has to say something. Because it's like, whatever. So Victor, the one with the lunchbox, knows what's going on, I believe. And the colony lady, she knows what's going on. He just don't want to end up in the box, because when they find that out that he's one of them, or say that he saw the little things in his arm, stuff like that, they're going to put him in a box. They're going to be like, I'm sorry, but you got to go. Okay, because that's what they do. I guess like when something happens in the town or something like that, if they do something bad, or they do, like, I guess that's their, certain type of punishment or execution. That's what they do. They put them in a box so the creepy people could get them. Okay. So that's basically about that. And I kind of I forgot how it ended not last season, but the episode 4. But it's basically like, Boyd, I don't know if he's turning into them, to the creepies, and we're gonna see what they're gonna do with the girl in the basement, and what's going to happen, as far as like the people in the colony. Is he gonna tell anybody what's going on? Oh, and the one when I told you, the Boyd has a son, so he was talking to his son too. He didn't tell his son. He didn't tell anybody. He didn't tell anybody anything of what's happening to him, because he don't want nobody to know. I guess he didn't want to scare nobody off. And I guess he don't know how long he got until he turns into one of them. So it's really scary, and I think he should talk. But once again, they're gonna probably put him in a box. So that's it with that. So that's all I could remember, all I could think of from. You can find this. I don't think this is on Netflix. I believe. I don't want to give the wrong thing. Let's see. Let me look here. You can find it anywhere, I guess, basically. They say DirecTV, stuff like that, whatever. So just type in From, and and if I find the correct thing, I'll put it, I annotate in the video somewhere, but like I said, there's ways of getting around to, watching it as well. If you don't want to pay, you get it for the free. But anyway, so, but yeah, so just type it in and you should be good. But, because it popped up, right? When I typed in From, that was the first thing that popped up. So yeah, but that's basically about that. But yeah, so, this is season 2. It's on episode 4. I believe it comes on every Sunday. So I don't know how many episodes it does have each season, but, it took about a year for the second season to come out, I think. I thought they wasn't gonna come out with a second season, but I'm like, why not? Because the first season ended on a cliffhanger. So I'm like, yeah, because I think he was in the tree when it ended, when first season ended. So I'm like, no, we gotta know what happened to him in the tree, because you ain't just about to leave us hanging from a branch. Like we want to know, like, Like, what happened to Boyd? Like, you know, so you can't just... So you gotta come back with this, because I would have been right. You know, I always say I'm gonna write somebody. Well, I'm gonna write the writers like, look, we need season 2. Okay, I know. But yeah, so that's basically about that. But yeah, so I like it. It's just scary because it's like at night, whatever. It's just like, you know. So I don't watch it on myself. So, but it's cool. It's nice. I like it. And it's very like, it keeps you on your toes, and you don't really know what's gonna happen. You don't know. Like, you can try to predict, but it's hard. I like those types of things. I like those types of like movies and stuff like that where you don't, it's just, you be like, oh, I already know what's gonna happen, then it happened. I want to be the one when I think it's something gonna happen, but it be the total opposite, or it's like it's too puzzling for you to figure out. You gotta really like think and listen and watch and stuff like that. Like, I like stuff like that. So this is the type of series it is. So I definitely recommend it. 5 stars from me, because I'm watching it again. I'm still watching it, so I really do truly appreciate it. And that is it. So thank you so much for watching. If you guys like more videos like this, let me know. If you watched From, let me know. If you haven't, let me know. You're gonna have to watch season 1. And like I said, it's basically a town that is dropped, you know. And if you watch Lost, it's kind of like Lost, but not really, because they're not on the island. They on land. They on like, you know, and I don't know, maybe remind me of Lost because of the guy Harold, but it's just like a thing of they're stuck somewhere and they're trying to figure it out. And it's like, because remember on they had the them and the us and stuff like that, and that's kind of like the same concept a little bit. So it's just like, and it's like, where did they come from? And it's just like, I just want to know, like, I wanna know. Oh, but anyway, let me stop. Anyway, so that's basically about that. So let me know if you guys watch this, if you're gonna watch it. But please watch season 1, because you're gonna be lost, okay? Because it continues. You know how some certain things, you know, don't continue. I mean, they do. I think they do give you a brief synopsis, but I really recommend watching season 1, okay? So watch season 1 and then come to season 2, okay? I wanted to come on and talk about season 1, but I was like, oh, it's over. So yeah, so I'll just jump on and talk about season 2. So this is, I talked about episode 1 to 4. So I'll come back to talk about what happened on episode 5. Okay. And then, so I talked about what happened from episodes 1 to 4 on season 2 from. And then that's it. Sorry for making this video so long. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys so much. If you like these videos, these types of videos, let me know. Hit the like button. Thank you to all my 1 million subscribers. And I will see you guys soon. Stay safe and have a wonderful, blessed day. Peace.